Hey everybody, I wanted to share with everyone my journey on SSRIs and how I came to be prescribed Lexapro and the horrific side effects and what happened to my life. 8 years ago, I decided to quit drinking, and in that process of becoming sober, I was in an alcoholic marriage as well. It was very toxic. Both of us were alcoholics. Both of us are sober now. And so when I decided that in order for me to stay sober, I was going to have to leave my marriage, I realized that there was going to be a lot of emotional turmoil, especially with becoming sober, getting sober. You face a lot of emotions that have been absolutely useless to your existence. That is unfortunately part of addiction. So knowing that I wanted to stay sober and I wanted to continue on my path of sobriety and becoming a better person, I went to a psychiatrist and I asked him to put me on some medication that would just keep me even keel. I just wanted to be as stable as possible. When I was dissolving the marriage, there are children involved. I have a stepdaughter and a daughter, and so I just wanted to be uh, okay. I just wanted to be. I guess I just wanted to have something that would keep me from feeling. To be 100% truthful and honest, I didn't want to feel anymore. I was kind of tired of it. I was tired of the failure. I was tired of everything. I was tired of just living miserably, being miserable, and it worked. It was great for what it did. It kept me okay. The downfall of that is the fact that if you're just okay and if that's all you feel, you're not healing yourself. You're not processing any of your emotions. You're not growing. You are just okay. And just okay was not okay. uh, so the side effect that I suffered was disinhibition. Lexapro caused me to have disinhibition of my speech since I felt okay all the time. Uh, my filter was gone. I didn't care what I said. It wasn't that I didn't care what I said because after I said those things, they would hurt me. Um, the unfortunate thing is that everything felt okay, so I didn't get the chance to stop the things before I said them. A lot of times, I'm just spitting out everything that my brain wants me to say without any kind of a filter, and that wreaked a lot of havoc in my life. It caused me to lose friendships, relationships, jobs. Uh, it caused a lot of disharmony in my life, and it caused me to treat people in ways that I are not me, that are not indicative to who I am inside. And that led me to making the decision to get off of Lexapro. Now, when I was diagnosed with Lexapro, I'm sorry, when I was diagnosed with cancer, the Lexapro absolutely helped me maintain my shit while I went through cancer. The unfortunate problem is when shit went bad with a landlord who was an awful human being, um, I did not have the tools that I needed to heal. I didn't have the tools that I needed to get through the situation, and this landlord ended up illegally embezzling money from me as a cancer patient when I lost my job due to cancer and I couldn't afford to pay rent anymore. I had to rely on emergency rent assistance. And this landlord, who was from my AA group, 28 years of sobriety, was absolutely criminal towards me and my family, to the effect that she framed me for a crime that I didn't commit in order to cover up her crimes. And the reason being is that she sent the evidence in of her crimes on herself when I filed a consumer affairs charge against her because she refused to repair my home. When I moved in, there was mold and rot behind my toilet in my bathroom. That anytime you sat on the toilet, all of the rotted drywall was falling into your hair, falling all over your clothes, and she just refused to repair it. Every time that I asked her about it, I mean, she had promised to repair it before I moved in, but the day we moved in, naturally, it wasn't repaired. And all she did throughout the duration of my residency in her apartment as a landlord was leveraging our friendship to manipulate and take advantage of me and to not have to do the things that were legally obligated to her by the lease that she had me sign. Subsequently, she had a friend in the public defender's office who helped her get these charges, illegal as fuck. She helped her get these charges pushed up to the top and had me arrested, covering up her crimes, her felonies. All right, she exposed my daughter's transgender identity to Consumer Affairs. This is a lady who is LGBTQ herself. She's married to a woman. That's how far the criminal implications go from this slumlord. She also employed 2 other members from AA to help her create the backstory, to create the false crime that I committed. And then when we went to court, we were in an order of protection hearing, and she was trying to claim that I beat her with a baseball bat. The reality is she and another member of my AA group showed up to my final walkthrough 3 hours before the scheduled time. They were watching us move, they were recording, making videos, trying to catch us doing anything that they could use as evidence. So what happened is I'm carrying hockey sticks and my baseball bat out to the moving van, and I drop my baseball bat. I pick it up, swing it around, put it back in the van. She took that as evidence of me beating her with a baseball bat and used it to have me arrested. At the time, because of the pandemic, the city I live in had enacted no evidence orders of protection. They wanted to recoup all the money that they lost during the pandemic. And they did it by illegal means because most people don't know their rights. And that's the problem with Memphis, Tennessee. The government here is so fucking corrupt as fuck. And it's because the education level is so low that nobody knows their rights, and no one stands up for themselves. My best friend happens to be an attorney, and he's been my friend for a very long time. He was still in law school when I met him, and so he's been a great help. He's never given me any kind of legal advice. All he has ever done is answer my questions with as much legal knowledge as he could, and if he didn't have any answers for me, he could point me in a direction to find answers. And just him pointing me in those directions enabled me to be able to go and start finding all of these things for myself and being able to protect myself. Now, when I say being able to protect myself, we absolutely submitted the evidence of the landlord stealing money, and she admitted to it in court. That evidence was submitted and accepted. She was never granted an order of protection because obviously it never happened. And then she didn't show up for the criminal case of stalking. That was the criminal part. Both, order of protection is criminal as well, but it's not a criminal charge. An order of protection is just that. It's to protect. To protect the landlord if I was actually doing anything, which that didn't get granted. And she never showed up to court again because she was stealing money. Lo and behold, she went to the same corrupt public defender, the same corrupt DA, and got me indicted by the grand jury. No evidence. Got me indicted by the grand jury. When I say there's no evidence, there's 14 pages of discovery. Now, most criminal cases have hundreds of pages of discovery. What she has is emails that I sent her while I was living in her apartment, and text messages of me demanding that she does her job and that I will be filing charges, that I will be suing her, that if she doesn't do what she is legally obligated to do from the lease, I told her I was going to sue her. And then when she brought the men from AA to harass me and try to scare me and try to get me to comply with their wishes, which was to just, take whatever punishment they wanted to give out to me so they could cover the fact that they are all embezzlers. One of her accomplices, the one that she brought to my final walkthrough, that dude stole $25,000 from the PPP loans, the pandemic PPP loans, and he went on Facebook and posted about it. And then when I started questioning him, he offered to teach me how to do it for myself. Now, this is all evidence. This is all evidence that the DA has, but they're refusing to drop the charges, and here's why. There are a lot of corrupt attorneys that are involved. A lot of corrupt attorneys got involved with the landlord and are doing everything they can to put me away. Don't have any criminal charges. This is a misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor harassment charge, which is a complete frame job that I can prove. Now, I do have a lawyer. All right, I'm still going through the process. I'm still going. I don't even know what court appearance I have coming up. I've been to court so many fucking times, it's ridiculous. And typically, what the DA in Memphis, Tennessee does when they don't have any kind of evidence against you, they'll let you sit. They'll let this court case carry on and carry on and carry on because they don't want you to go to a jury trial. They know that they don't have the evidence to win a jury trial. They want me to plead to a plea bargain. I refuse. I put that all online, and I've been open about it. I'm not going to plead to a crime that I didn't commit. And that's where the SSRIs really started to ruin my life, because I'll tell you what I feel. I'll stand up for myself. But the difference is, when I stand up for myself now, there are no holds barred. I'm going to say the things that you really shouldn't say in any kind of defense for yourself. But I feel justified. However, that's the disconnect of being on SSRIs. SSRIs have been great for me to feel okay, but life isn't feeling okay 24/7. SSRIs took away my ability to cry. And if you can't cry, you can't process. You can't heal, you can't release, you can't do any of the things that you need to be a growing human being, to learn from your mistakes. And it took me, I think, about 2 years to get to the point where a therapist and my general practitioner felt comfortable in weaning me off of the SSRIs. And the events that happened were, I reported bullying at my job. And it was serious. This bully is real. This guy is a bully. I don't want to just talk bad about the person, but the effects of who he is that he bullies other people. And I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I can't tolerate abuse. I can't tolerate anybody treating me or anyone else less than they deserve. And I got fired. Illegally, of course. Got fired. And that was it. After getting fired, that was the final straw. I was sick of working in jobs that were shitty, that treated me like shit because they don't give a fuck. Corporate America doesn't give a fuck. I've been illegally fired for having cancer. I took that to court, settled. All right. I've also been illegally terminated for setting up for myself by a manager who overloaded me with all the work. He wasn't even a manager. He wasn't a leader. He just passed the buck. The worst manager I ever had. And I got fired because I stood up for myself. So yeah, I lose jobs. And a lot of me losing jobs is Lexapro. You can go into the history of my employment history, and you can see once I started Lexapro, I couldn't keep a job for more than a year. And it's because once I knew my rights were being violated, I was going to stand up to you, and I was going to tell you all of the things that, one, I shouldn't have, but two, those are the things you needed to hear. And it's easy to justify poor behavior, and it's easy to feel justified, but it was not justifiable, regardless of anything that I feel inside, which is what I'm working on. I started a spiritual journey 8 years ago when I quit drinking, and then Lexapro kind of just bloop, paused it, because nothing was getting through. I just felt okay. I didn't feel any need to be a better person. And so that's where I'm at. I'm on a spiritual journey now, connecting with myself, connecting with my spirit guides, connecting with a higher power. And that's what this channel is for. I want to be able to share my story with other people. I think primarily what people can get is you can overcome. You can overcome. I mean, when people hear the stories of my life and everything that I've been through, you will shit yourself. But I'm not special, and I haven't suffered any more or any less than other humans have suffered. A lot of people go through these things, and I just want to be a beacon of hope that not only can you overcome yourself, but you can transform into the true version of who you are. You can be everything. You can face those trials and tribulations of life and come out on top. You can absolutely create a better life for yourself. And that's what I'm hoping to do with my videos and with this channel. I just want to inspire, if just one person, to go inside and to make the changes necessary to bring the life that they want into their lives. Then I want to share. I want to be able to help in any way that I can. If I can help anyone with a spiritual awakening, that would be great. Not because I'm anything special, not because I have some kind of powers, just because I have unconditional love inside of me, and I want to share that with the rest of the world. I was born with it. I do have a pre-birth memory. I was absolutely shown my family by God before I was born. Um, Strangest thing, I had this memory. I talked about it when I was 3 years old, and I never spoke about it again because my parents' reaction to this revelation was what naturally anyone hearing a 3-year-old explain to them that they had a second family uh, would make you feel. Um, God is real. I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in the Bible, don't go to church, and I don't foresee myself ever doing those things. I feel like Christianity is just a lie. They put the fear in you because that makes you give up your money, give up your wallet so much easier. So when I say I believe in God, I consider God more of a source of energy. So I refer to source as God, or God as source. And the reason being is because God is such an abused and antiquated idea for humans that we run in fear when anybody mentions God or spirituality. We think it means we have to stop being blah 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 blah. Hey, God knows. Source knows what this life is a struggle, man. That's what we're here for. We're here to overcome. We're here to learn all of these lessons and to be better people and to uplift everyone around us. And I'm hoping that I can inspire, if not someone else, I've inspired myself. And that's good enough. And it's great. I have started changing my life, doing all these things that I knew I've needed to change. So if you're interested, please hit like, subscribe, and I hope I can produce videos with a little bit more of a production value. Right now I'm just shooting on an iPhone 7, my old ass phone that really can't handle any of this. But I have free time, and my story needs to be heard. And it's a pretty intricate story. I want to get into the details of the law issues, the legal issues that I'm having. I want to share that story. There's probably limits on that because it's still an ongoing criminal case. But nonetheless, I hope you'll join me. I hope to hear some feedback, and I just want to continue making videos. I was always anti-YouTube. I thought I was better than YouTube, better than the people that use YouTube because I was a fucking idiot. A lot of the things that I felt and a lot of these things that I created as my personality were just a false personality trying to be accepted by others. And I wasn't. So now I'm 49 years old. Why not? Why not invest in me? Why not do everything I can to become a better person? And not just that. I don't want to just be a better person. I want to help others become their most powerful self. It helps me. It really does. And it's always helped me. I love reaching out to everybody on Facebook, my friends. I love being helpful. And I've always been helpful in ways that aren't being applied to myself. And so now what I'm doing is taking everything that I've done and what I want to do with others and being a helpful soul, and I'm returning that to myself. And I'm going to use it to create a person who's in abundance. And I want to be in abundance, and I want to live my life from the higher levels. I don't want to be entrenched to the slave masters, going to a job that I can't stand to make money that doesn't even afford me to live healthily anymore. So if any of these things happen to ring true for you or happen to pique your interest, hit that like button, subscribe. Let's change this world. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.